Could you first tell us what groundwater is?
Yes, sure. Well, in technical terms, the groundwater is the water which is accumulated in the pore media in the ground below the surface of the earth. And it could be stored in different materials like different type of sediments, rocks, soils. So, and groundwater is very important for humans, especially in those dry areas of the planet, because it's this main source of water, drinking water, cooking water, and different type of uses. So it's one of the main resources that for humans in the planet, and well, it's very important.
Cool, thank you. So could you tell us a little bit about your career and how you actually got into geochemistry research?
I am a geologist. I got my degree in Argentina in the University of Rio Cuarto. And I started my PhD at the University of Salta, also in Argentina, because I was interested in acid mine drainage and all the geochemical and mineralogical processes happening in the in mining wastes, and how these will influence or generate contaminants into rivers or groundwater. And what I wanted to learn is try to understand how we can apply tools to solve these problems, and specifically for this important activity for humans, which is mining. And but well, I had to learn geochemistry to do that, and that's why I got into geochemistry.
Could you talk a little bit about Project 707?
Yes, this is a great project. I'm very proud of it. I'm working with a fantastic group. It is a UNESCO Hughes founded project. It started in 2020 together with the pandemic. That was that was a detail, but we still were able to do a lot of activities, especially a lot of virtual activities, and that's why we got known in different countries with our webinars. And the main our project is based on the geochemical, biogeochemical, and the origin and mobility of arsenic in a special region of the planet, which is the Altiplano Puna in South America. And the Altiplano Puna is a geomorphologically area is the second highest plateau in the world, and its surface is shared by 4 different countries: Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Chile. And in this area, the 4 countries, we share similarities on geology, climate, population, type of ethnics. And it was important for us to work, for the scientists working in this area, to work all together. And that's why this type of IGCP project is important for us. Yeah, we're super happy. And now it's the 3rd year of the project, and we got to do a lot of activities. So
that's great.
It's very important. Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about the potential impact of climate change on groundwater?
Yes. Well, groundwater, it's under a lot of pressure. Only if we don't take in account climate change, it is still under pressure because of human activities and how we use groundwater and how we dispose our waste and groundwater is always the reservoir. We take water from them, and then we also put contaminated water. So. And now with climate change, there is even more pressure on groundwater. And other scientists that specifically work in this topic, they already studied that the main effect of climate change on groundwater will be related to the water balance in the aquifers, specifically because there will be problems on the recharge of the groundwater. Of course, the planet, all over the planet, we have different types of climates. For example, in those cold areas in which we have snow precipitation, with less snow, there will be less melting snow to recharge the aquifers. In other areas in which the main recharge are rainfall, sometimes these rainfalls are more extreme events, and instead of giving time to the water to get into the pores and infiltrate, there is more runoff, and so there is less time for groundwater to be recharged from the surface. So yes, this less amount of water and entering in the ground will produce changes on the quality of the water, the chemistry of the water, and the amount of water that we will be able to use and extract. Yeah.
So what are some of your sort of current research projects ongoing at the moment?
I'm also working in Argentina with a colleague. We just got the project on geothermal reservoirs in the Altiplano, Puna region, to understand the geochemistry of groundwater in a huge extinct caldera. It has around 30 kilometers long. This caldera is very huge. It's and so I'm working on that. And also, actually now I'm in a research exchange in France. And here I'm working in a very nice institute. It's a new institute. It's the Institute of the Earth and the Environment in the University of Strasbourg. And here we're working on the origin of natural hydrogen gas in geothermal reservoirs too. And what we are trying to understand is the geochemical process related to the generation of hydrogen, because hydrogen will be an important element in the energetic matrix to start thinking in the decarbonization of the planet, so we can start using other sources of energy to replace the normal fuel, the normal fossil fuels. So, well, this is, it could sound very far from arsenic, but actually they are very close, because hydrogen and arsenic, they both depend a lot on redox reactions, which is the donation or receptions of electrons in the solutions. And that it's very important, not only for the production of hydrogen, but also in the case of arsenic, for its mobility, its toxicity. So I can say that redox reactions are very important, and that's how I link my different projects. And yeah.
So finally, do you have any advice for anyone who'd like to follow in your footsteps and make a career in geochemistry analysis of groundwater?
Yes, well, I think that every academic person makes his own way, right? Different situations, starting from different countries, universities, and different realities. And well, also, like in other disciplines, it takes a lot of time to understand, to learn the geochemical processes. And what I found the most important thing is to try to matrix or to understand three main different pillars, let's say, like the field work, the laboratory work, and the geochemical modeling. So in this way, when you can combine in your project or in your research the three things, you enrich a lot your knowledge and your capability to understand the processes. So, and that will be my advice. Try not being only not only being in the lab, not only being in the field, but try to combine everything to better understand. So I think that would be my advice.